So when you're cross stitching, you most likely want to use only 2 or 3 strands of embroidery floss, depending on how big your grid of your fabric is. And it comes in groups of 6. So a lot of people, when they first try to separate out some threads, they'll just, grab 2 and pull. And if you do that, it's going to get tangled really quickly. So instead of that, I'm going to show you a few techniques of how I like to separate my threads so they don't get tangled up, even if you have a really long piece of floss. So let's start with a new piece. So you may think this is way too long to stitch with, but since I personally like to fold it in half to stitch, this is actually a pretty good length of fabric, or of thread rather. So one method is to just start the beginning edge, separate your 2 strands out if you're wanting to, and then pinch right below where it's separated. And then as you pull, it kind of spirals up on the end, and you can go all the way out to the end like that. And then you have 2 perfectly separated pieces of floss. Another method that I like to use is to separate it, again, just the very edge, and then make kind of a loop around my fingers, and then use my finger to keep that separating point, and then use my thumb and other finger to keep it from getting tangled. You kind of have to let go every now and then and let it spin around, but if you keep this up, let it untangle itself as you pull, you also can easily separate out a couple strands of floss.